Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Aquatic Morning Show. It is Monday, July 26th, 2021, as far as I know. Hey, good morning, Rico. How are you?
Good morning. You couldn't see me, but that's what I was doing during your song there.
Good deal. Yeah, it's,
Okay.
kind of soothing,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I kind of wanted a little bit more peppy.
I don't know. I think that's good for a
You
morning.
think it's good?
It's got enough energy, but it's still calming and relaxing. And
Yeah, because I don't know. I don't need to blast everybody in the morning.
yeah, wake up!
That's right.
I'm not Rocko.
I know. That's right. Rocko he was supposed to leave on Wednesday to go and get his family from down South Texas. But I'm not exactly sure what's going on. I think that they found someone to take care of the mom and the daughter. And he was going down there to get his family and bring them back. But as I understand it now, he may be down there all week. So I'm not exactly sure, exactly what all is going on. But I kind of get bits and pieces here and there.
Gotcha.
But so yeah, that's where Rocko is. And Rico Stan so kindly decided to help me out this morning. And we'll just go from there. I don't know. I don't know. He'll email me throughout the day today, I'm sure, and we'll get things squared away. But I guess just keep him in you guys' prayers or whatever it is that you do. And he'll be back soon.
Yeah. Best of luck, Rocko, whatever is going on.
That's
we
right.
can just call it family issues. He's got
That's
family
it, yeah. Ricky, good morning. Thanks for being in here early at 6:42. Good night. Or good morning. Deborah, good morning. Miss Dee Dee, I know you were up late. Michelle Kinsley, good morning. Monster Fish Gal, good morning, Miss Lori. Jason Holmes. Natural Aquariums. Is there another one, Nature Aquarium?
There's like the Naturalist Aquarist or something like that. Yeah. There's a couple of them that are close.
Yeah.
I know one of them is Mark De Niro.
Okay.
Who wrote a book with Rachel O'Leary.
Okay. Wow.
So he's got a name that's pretty close to it. There's Amy. Sand Creek Aquatics. Yeah.
What? Are you saying my Amy's back?
He's in there. That's the second time I saw her this week.
Wow. I'm so happy you're back. We got some Sand Creek Aquatics too.
Mine's somewhere too. Where's mine? I don't know where mine is.
I keep hers and mine because they're the only two that I have right now.
Oh, look. There it is.
There you go.
Very nice. Very professional sticker. I always said that. It's very professional, very nice sticker.
That's the holographic one?
Yeah.
Yep. Good morning, 3G. Good morning, Greg. I needed to get with you this weekend, but I didn't have time. Just ran out of time. Scott's Aquatics.
Was Greg there too?
No, he didn't make it. I know he was going to try and make it, but he wasn't able to get off work, I believe.
Gotcha.
Okay, chat skipped on me, you guys, so hang on just a second. Let me get back to where I was. Okay, Bigfoot Fish Tanks. Dennis, good morning. Let's see. Miss Michelle Kinsley said good morning to you. Miss Muppet. New local Austin. Mr. Toe, how are you? There's Natural Aquariums again. Vanovsky Tanks, good morning. Jan, good morning. JDR Aquatics and Reptiles. Miss Amy, there's Stink Aquatic 2. Mississippi Hippie. Oh, there's Skipper. He said he was going to be lurking this morning. Can't do much in chat, but he said he's going to be here in spirit and lurking.
Look at all these awesome people.
Oh, okay. Skipper said he could hold the spot Wednesday and Thursday. Sweet. Okay. Degenerate Fish Keeper Jason, good morning. Texas Fish, good morning. That's a new one. Unless somebody changed it. Oh, you learned about me. You're from the Aquatic Expo. You guys, cool. I passed out so many of these cards that I had made.
Yeah.
And then on the back of it, it has.
Oh, look at that. Yeah.
Yeah, like there's me and Rocko, and then right there it says that we're the hosts, and then our sponsors. Now I do have a new sponsor to add which is a new more news, new news.
Cool. That's a cool looking card, though. That's a great way to do it. Just all that information there.
Yeah, it's too much information for a sticker.
Yeah,
but just enough, to be seen and then to pass out. I think anyway. But we have a new sponsor, and that is Jason, Aquatics.
Very cool.
Our printed material and everything. He just donated it. So he
awesome guy.
I didn't say sponsorship.
Very cool. Jason's an awesome guy.
Yes.
We've been talking about an interview. I can't wait to get to know him.
Yeah, and you'll be the first one in many years.
I'm surprised you haven't had him yet. Him up yet. Let's talk about phrasing there. I'm surprised you haven't had him on the screen yet.
Well, I've asked,
yeah.
But before here recently, since about Aquashella, Orlando, he wouldn't do them. He wouldn't do interviews. He just does his videos, and that's it.
Yeah.
He used to be in the Fish Family, per se, kind of like this, but needed to step away because of issues.
Gotcha.
And so we're slowly pulling him back in.
Yeah.
But I since then I really haven't asked him. I don't think it would be a problem. I just haven't.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure he would too.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I was thinking this morning. I was like, even Peter. Why does my mind not think about freaking getting my sponsors up?
Yeah. Yeah, and he's a natural. Peter's a natural.
Exactly.
He'd do it.
That's it. I mean, what the heck, So, Texas Fish. What did I do? I just did something.
Hold on, before you jump in there, I just saw what Susan wrote. She said, "I just wanted to ask for prayers. Amber is in surgery, and I'll give update later today."
Oh my goodness, that's right. Oh man, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, keep us in the loop, please.
Yeah. She's definitely in our prayers. Texas Fish, are you Texas Fish Room online, or is it just Texas Fish?
I don't think so, because the icon is totally different. Everything's different. And Texas Fish Room's sort of got a brand, because he does all the printing and hats and all that stuff. So
that's who that is? Okay, I know.
Yeah, Texas Fish Room, yeah, he does.
Okay.
So I think this is somebody totally new.
This is different. I mean, I know it's someone that I told everybody that, hey, when you come in, on the if you got a card from the Aquatic Expo, remind me in chat that I met you at the Aquatic Expo. But I did meet a whole lot of people too. But that's great. Texas Fish, thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoy the show, and I hope you continue to come back and enjoy with us anytime you can. We do stream from 3 platforms, which is YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. We're working on getting Instagram figured out, and this actually being an FM radio show station, not station, but show. I don't know exactly how that works yet, but working on it.
Texas Fish said he is just Texas Fish. Well, just Texas Fish is good enough for us.
That's right. Too coolie for schoolie. Good morning. That's right. So,
and Texas Fish, just so you know, I'm not your normal co-host. Even though my name is close to the normal guy, Rocko is your normal co-host of the show. But I'm just filling in for him this morning.
That's right. Don't want any confusion. His name is Mark Pyle. That's right. Well, Mr. Mark, thank you so very much for being here. And
thanks to everybody. You guys always.
I mean, that's right.
I mean, for the time of day that you're doing this, which is tough for some people because of work and everything, you guys always pull in quite a few people, and it's always a lot of fun. I mean, I look forward to it every day. There's a lot of information. There's a lot of camaraderie. It's a fun show. So I really look forward to it every day.
Yeah. It for the West Coast, it's definitely a little harder because it starts at 7 a.m. for them.
Yeah.
But we looked at times like that, and it was just, we either, started really late or really early. And so this was kind of like that in between mark. Gotcha. And if we started later, then we wouldn't end here until noon. So it was just.
Gotcha. Yeah,
I hate
it's
that
a
there's
good
a
time.
4-hour difference between the East Coast and the West Coast.
Yeah. I mean, I don't care. I'm retired, so you put it on whatever time, and I'll try my best to be here.
Aw. Well, I do know that because of meeting all the people at the Aquatic Boarding Show that, it is during the time that a lot of people are at work.
Yeah.
And so my saying there was, well, you can always catch us on the replay.
Yeah.
I will respond to comments. Oh, shoot.
The dog? Everything okay?
Don't know why I wasn't a subscriber before. Your name comes up very often. Oh, well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
And Ginger.
The Zone got some axolotls. Oh, really? I'm getting some free. I probably didn't tell anybody that. I think me and Bob are trading. Well, I've already given him some, I traded him 30 mystery snails a while back, and I just haven't jumped on anything else that he's had, to trade back and forth with. But I know that he got the axolotls, and we had mentioned, hey, you want some axolotl babies? Yeah.
Nice.
So I don't know how old or young they have to be, or how we go about getting ready to ship them. I don't know. I hadn't really talked to him that much about them. We just kind of mentioned it. So.
Yeah. And they're looking good. I know he did a video just the other day on them. They're looking good. Oh, there's Science Gal. Hi, Carrie.
Fish Dreams. Good morning, Miss Ginger. Also, good morning.
Hi to everybody. A whole ton of people we didn't say goodbye.
That's right.
Good morning to. I said goodbye. We didn't say good morning. I'm still waking up, people.
Okay. I said good night a minute ago. Yeah. We're backwards this morning. That's okay.
Yeah. I went to bed last night. I was sleeping by, I don't know. It was early. It was 9:30, 10 o'clock, and I had the hardest time getting out of bed today. I slept probably 12 hours. Yeah. Not like you slept like almost 24 hours. Right. But you had a good reason for it. I didn't have a good reason.
Oh, well, it was a fun exhaustion, if I can say it like that. So to everybody that doesn't know, I went to the Aquatic Expo this weekend, and I took over 200 fish. Some were bagged in 2s, some were bagged in 1s, some were bagged in 3s. All of my plecos that were about 2 inches long, my baby Bursinos, I packed them in 3s. They ship really easy, or because you pack them the same way you ship them. You just don't double bag, you just single bag, because you can keep an eye on them for the most part. And then but I tell you what, my fingers were so raw from tying so many bags and stuff. And it was a learning curve as well, because you just don't do it the same way you do when you ship. It's close, but it's not exact. And definitely a learning experience. And the show itself, they said, was about half of what it was back in the spring. Wow. So 2 months ago, they had the same show, which would have been in the May, 1st of June. Well, I think it was in May. And they said that, it was just, they had a line all the way around the building for the most part of the day. Well, this time it was pretty constant once the doors opened till about 2, and then it just dived. Like, that was it. And then you just had 1 or 2 people that would trickle in every few minutes.
Must have been something else in town at that time or something.
Well, I think it has to do with just being summer. I think that
people want to be out.
Exactly. They're out there on the lake, or whatever. They're just out.
Yeah.
And
especially because
they're people not wanting to really buy a whole lot of fish, in the middle of summer. They just don't have fish on their mind.
Yeah. I get that. I agree. And I'm having that problem staying focused on doing my maintenance and stuff, because of wanting to be outside. My wife and I just drove around the lake a little bit yesterday and took a walk along the shore in a different place, did some collecting, but just getting out. We're trying to spend most of our time outside. Correct.
Yeah. And I think that had a lot to do with it. So I'm hoping that when they do the one in the fall, that it's like the one they're talking about was in the spring.
Yeah, bounce back.
a lot of people that lost a lot of their fish back in the winter.
Yeah.
That's really, really sad. And of course, those people I gave mega deals to, if I knew about it,
Yeah.
Um,
Now, are you planning? You planning to go to the fall one then?
Yes. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Which is going to be difficult because it's probably going to be right around the same time as Aquashella Dallas.
Oh, okay.
And I also, man, I should have been a PR for Dallas Aquashella because I was sitting there, I was just like, hey, you guys, come to the show and don't forget about Aquashella Dallas. And a lot of people didn't know anything about it. And then some people did, but didn't really know what it was. And I kind of, I described it as like a Comic-Con or a, what is the other ones? Like a Comic-Con for fish.
Yeah, for fish geeks.
Exactly. And so it was it was definitely promoting the show and Dallas. But
now who did you get to meet at this one, or who did you get to hang out and maybe not meet because you've already known Papa Shrimp, you've already known Jadrin and Joseph Stanley, right? Who did you get to hang out with that we know from the Fish family?
So the original deal was I really didn't think I had that many fish to take. So I was just going to be like on the end of Jason Jordan Aquatics got 2 tables, and I was going to be like on the end of one table and just throw the Aquatic Morning Show's vinyl over it. And then because it goes over not long ways, but like over the table and down in the front.
Gotcha.
And, I'd be only taking up like 2 foot of space, of the table. And then I would be helping them. Because of Papa Shrimp, and I didn't want him getting up and doing a whole lot of stuff. Well, Joseph Stanley ended up not being able to use the table that he had bought or gotten that was directly across from Jason and them. So I was like, okay, well, we have another table. We can spread things out, if he needs more room. And, anyway, so it gave us a 3rd table. And then I picked up Papa Shrimp. And we brought him with us. He's only an hour away from the show. We were 2 hours away, so he was on our way there.
Gotcha.
So it wasn't like it was the big out of the way things.
Yeah.
But we had a blast. So we picked him up. We got there, and it was kind of a little chaotic. They had put some people or didn't add a row of tables. Anyway, the table situation was kind of thrown off. And so they were scrambling, trying to figure out who had what. Some people had 2 tables. Some people had 1. So I didn't end up getting the table that we were supposed to really have. I was moved over 1, which really was, at first I didn't think was a big deal, okay? Once we got through the show, I was like, you know what? If we'd have been on that end table, we'd have sold more fish. The reason is because I keep saying now that this was like Guppy Row. Because everybody on our row sold guppies.
Yeah.
The guy that got our table imported, literally, no kidding you guys, went and picked the fish up from the airport and brought them straight to the show. And added a little bit of water to the bags and called it a day, pretty much. And so he's the one who ended up being on the end table. And that was supposed to be our table. And then and then there was this another lady selling guppies, and then 2 other tables, and we were all selling guppies. Well, the way it happened is people are going down rows, right?
Yeah.
And if you're on an end row and you've got guppies, they're going to see their guppies before they see your guppies, especially if your guppies are a little bit more expensive than their guppies. And so that's kind of what happened to us. I feel like if we would have been on the table that we were supposed to be in at, we would have sold more. But it is what it is, and we still did very well. I'm very happy with what we did. I did end up, I had Joe with me, you guys, and bless his heart. He's not a salesperson, but by the end of the day, he had the script down for the Aquatic Morning Show. And the fish. I mean, he was on it because I was keeping up with Papa Shrimp, keeping my eye on him, making sure he wasn't overdoing it. And when I thought he was overdoing it, you could tell because he kind of go flush a little bit.
Yeah.
And so I'd elbow Joe. I'm like, I gotta go. So I'd come out from behind our tables and go right around to his. And I'm like, hey, go sit down. Go get you something to drink. Go do
Yeah.
So
that's awesome. That's so cool that he had somebody like you there to watch over him a little bit.
Well, I don't know. I would hope that I would have the same help if
Yeah.
I have. And he calls it, he's so funny. He's so good about it. He calls it cracking his chest. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But he's so funny about it. But he's not supposed to pick anything up. He's not supposed to do a lot of things. And so you definitely had to keep a watch on him. But I feel like I ended up doing more with my stuff and the Aquatic Morning Show than I did really helping Jason and him out, even though I did go over there and help sell a few times. And it did feel a little funny because I would leave my table from selling my fish and the Aquatic Morning Show and then wrap myself over on the other side and then start selling guppies and all kinds of fish for Jason too,
Yeah.
But it was fun. I definitely had a blast. And I ended up sending, let's see, Joseph Stanley also met us there. And he gave me a big sump for my saltwater tank. And I think the skimmer's there. And a skimmer for my saltwater. Well, I brought all the crevenzas I had. And then I brought all of my 2-inch bristlenose. And I sold probably half of each one. But I didn't want to come home with them. So I sent the longfin bristlenose albino plecos with Jason. And the crevenzas went with Joseph.
Nice.
All I wanted to bring home was whatever guppies trios I had left.
Yeah.
So
how many crevenzas do you think Joseph went home with? You sold a bunch of them, you said. But,
I did.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say at least 25 or 30 at least.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then same thing with the bristlenose because they were packed in 3 to a bag.
Let me ask you this. You talked about the guy who was an importer and he brought the fish in and brought them directly to the show.
Yes.
Do you think he was telling people that that's what he did?
No.
Which is unfortunate, I think, because those fish just had a huge, you know what I mean? It's different than you packing up your fish and taking them in,
Right.
And I feel like that's almost misleading. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And honestly, what I ended up saying was because I had to find a curve, to draw more people to our table, instead of guppies on each end of me.
Yeah.
And so what we would say is first we would give them a card to draw them in with the Aquatic Morning Show. Then, we would say, well, these are because I have a board. Where did I put it? Oh, right here. Okay, so here's my board that's got the fish that I had for sale. So
nice. Look at that. That's
hard
cool.
to see, but I've got my guppies all right here.
And that is very cool. Who printed that up for you?
Well, this one I had printed from Walgreens. Did y'all guys know Walgreens printed? I didn't know Walgreens printed things.
Yeah, yeah.
But I had this, so we would sit there and we would point. We've got all these pure line guppies, and then we've got this one, and then we've got the crevenzas and the plecos, and I had some plants, but. So we'd say, these are the pure line guppies I've got. I said, they're not imported. They are homegrown. I raise them and breed them myself.
Gotcha.
And that's exactly what we said.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to throw anybody under the bus.
Yeah. But at the same time, making a point that they were local.
Exactly. I had to have a curve on, had to figure it out.
That's unfortunate. And I that kind of thing probably happens quite often. And I'm just wondering how many people are going to be losing guppies that they bought from that person over the next couple of days, just because they're, they haven't been, they haven't had a chance to settle. They haven't, you know what I mean? They just, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I agree.
I get it. He probably didn't plan to do it that way. He probably planned for them to come in 3 or 4 days or a week ago. And,
well, we would hope, but I really don't think that was the plan.
Yeah.
I think he did it the way he did it. But and I know that he's not the only one, but that's all I did. I wasn't trying to throw anybody under the bus about what they did, but I was just trying to say, hey, mine are homegrown, they're not imported. If they had imported them and quarantined them and then bagged and brought them, that's not what they did.
Yeah. Oh, well. I mean, what are you going to do?
Yeah, right.
Besides, it's their business. You would like to call attention to it, but at the same time, that makes it sound like you're just jealous or you're trying to compete with them. And
I'm not against importation.
No.
Wrong.
I mean, I buy most of my fish from Aquahuna, who is a importer, but they don't just bring them in and send them out. They take care of them in between.
Right, exactly. Hey, Jimmy P, good morning. We've had some other people join us.
Danny Weshy came in.
Danny Weshy. Stephen P, 2003, and I'm not even going to say the last word. There's Sharpie. He made it in this morning, Mr. Sharpie.
Sharpie said, I look very, suave in a Bill and Ted t-shirt. That's pretty good. He picked out the wild stallions from Bill and Ted.
Uh-oh. I've seen Miss Susan had thrown something else in chat, but I didn't get to read it.
She asked for information about your Secret Santa so she can put that in the... Yeah, so she can put it in
I need to get you that info, and I need to get that to Miss Susan as well.
Yeah, because I'm creating a presentation that will include both those things, just so I can, my Christmas, whatever, Fish Fam Christmas and the Secret Santa, because they work so well together.
Yeah, they do.
And so I want to put out something that I can just send the link to people when I'm trying to ask for donations and stuff. Because once I get all that set, then I'm going to hit up the co-op and some of the other big channels. And we're right around $1,700 right now. So it's been less than a week. I think Wednesday will be a week.
I actually need to send you what I told you I was going to send you, because I can do that through PayPal or Cash App now. So,
still got to work out a few things, but it's mostly all put together now. Mike is still creating a forms for me, but that should be maybe even today. That should be really soon.
Gonna create, or he is, doing the same thing for the Secret Santa.
Nice.
He's doing, I think he's doing a thing for that. But he asked me what he could help me with, and I said, you know what I need? I need a form, something to where I can go in and change live streams. Like, I know that Bob is doing the best that he can.
Oh, gotcha.
On the notification, on FishTuber notifications.
Yes.
But there's still so many on there that are not streaming anymore. And
Correct.
I always stop Rocko, when it comes to daily live streams on who is and who isn't. So I want something that I can look at and then also what is coming up. That's another thing. Like, I need to pull out this weekend's ACA and the Aquatic Morning, not the Aquatic Morning Show, the event I went to this weekend.
Yeah. What was it called this weekend?
The Aquatic Expo. No, the Aquatic. Yeah, the Aquatic Expo. That's it.
Gotcha.
That's what it's called. And it's done by the DFW Aquarium Society, I believe. Which is DFW is short for Dallas Fort Worth.
Yeah.
And they do a few. I know they were trying last year to do one every year. I mean, not last year, because last year was just forgotten about. The year before that, they were trying to do one every month, and it was just at different stores. But now they've got the Aquatic Expo, which this is the first time it was under or in a room instead of being outside. Which me and Joseph were talking about that it's so much better being inside because the temperature is better controlled.
Yeah.
It is outside, especially here right now, it's over 100 degrees in the daytime. And so there's no way you could keep.
And even low temperatures, if the fish. So I went to a fish swap way back in first week of June here in New York. Now the temperatures that week were actually high for us. They were like in the high 80s, which is pretty high for mid-June or for the week of June here. Yeah. It was close to record temperatures even. Well, one of the guys wasn't paying attention, and the shade creep, actually put some of his fish into the sun for just a little bit, and it killed a bunch of his. He had some fire red plecos that I wanted. Yes. I was going to circle back around to him, and when I came back, he was like, "Oh, they're all gone." I'm like, "Oh no, what happened? Did you sold them all?" And he's like, "Actually, no." And then he explained to me what happened. He lost. He didn't lose a ton, but he lost. I think he had 2 in a bag, and he lost like 4 bags.
Yeah.
Geek boy. Or wait, are you looking in the mirror or?
Right.
And you shouldn't talk about Jess like that. Come on. Can't get away from
Oh,
that
there's
fencing.
Joseph Stanley right there. Good morning, Joseph. How them cabenzas doing, man? But yeah, they shouldn't. I think if they keep doing it this way, I think they got something. Even
Yeah.
if it is, every 60 days, and I think it should be every 60 days,
Yeah.
honestly. But that would put it. Let's see, we're in pretty
Or
much.
maybe even skip the summer months a little bit, because just like we talked
Yeah,
about, I think it's going to be like that. It's like that
I do
every
too.
summer, right?
I
So maybe
well,
do a little longer with the summer, but the rest of the year, do it.
yeah. Well, what you got is right now we're stuck in school's supposed to start back up. I
Yeah.
mean, like within 2 weeks.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And so you've got hot heat summer. Then you've got school's supposed to start back. So everybody's trying to get school supplies and
Yeah.
uniforms and, all that kind of stuff squared away.
Gotcha.
And so I just think that the timing in the summer, like I don't want to say not do it because it was definitely profitable, but you're just going to have to know that summer is just going to be slower.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe
But
bring less or whatever.
yeah, and
Yeah.
that's what me and Jason both said that we should have done. Of course, this is the first time I have gone to one and sold at. So it
First,
was a little different.
any swap or any kind of expo or anything that you've sold at.
That I've sold at. Yes.
Yeah. Cool. Very
I
cool.
went last year, no, year before last, and that's where I met Jason for the first time. Was over at the DFW swap, and it was in front of a pet store. And that's when they had, the sidewalk was blocked off for everybody to be put the tables and awning things up outside, canopy things. But then they had some people like Jason was, as soon as you walk through the doors, he was inside on the right. So some people were still on the inside, but not many. And then most everybody else was stuck outside. But that was my first one to actually go to. And the DFW was the closest one to me. There is something down South Louisiana, but it's mainly salt, from what I understand.
Gotcha.
It's not, and they
Yeah,
don't
same
really do
here.
anything but online stuff. So
Reefapalooza, I think they hold in New York, and I guess I thought it was just salt, so I didn't even look at going because it really wasn't that far from me. But I found out later that it was a lot of fresh water there as well. But I mean,
Really?
just the name Reefapalooza.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you think that that's salt?
Yeah. Yeah, I would.
Yeah, so they're sort of doing themselves a disservice if they're
Yeah.
not, if they're doing a lot of fresh water as well.
Correct. Yeah, I agree. Hey, Rico, I put the days we talked about to get. Oh, that Skipper. He said, I want to know in a couple of weeks if I got them off or not. Okay, whatever.
Is he on Facebook or?
Yeah, he's coming through Facebook.
Oh, I didn't
So
see it.
you can see that on
Yeah, I didn't. I was using the.
StreamYard.
There it is.
But nobody in chat can see anything that comes through Facebook or
Got
YouTube.
you.
Or,
Nice.
YouTube, Facebook.
Yeah, we talked about Skipper
Twitch.
and I talked about doing something, so that's cool that he's got those
Sweet.
days. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah. Fun. This fall, I want to do a fish yard sale at your house with all your fish stuff laying around. Hey, that's kind of cool.
So we have this thing here that's they call it the 90-mile yard sale, and it's on one road, one state. Interstate. Well, it's not a big road. It's a small road. Goes through a lot of little tiny towns and stuff. And all along there, people. No, it's the 50-mile yard sale. It's on 90, Interstate 90.
Okay.
So this winds through all these little towns in the Finger Lakes, which is a beautiful, beautiful area. Lots of little lakes. There's lots of wineries and stuff there. And but it's just yard sales for 50 miles. It's all these people that live along there do their yard sales. And my kids went yesterday and didn't bring me home a single fishy thing. I was so disappointed.
Oh,
I forgot to ask them to look, though. They're not going to think about it, but I'm sure there was like aquariums and stuff. In my mind, every place they went had a few aquariums and stuff,
Right.
But I bet there's maybe 5 over the whole 50 miles,
Right. That's cool, though. That's kind of.
I like yard sales. Not so much
too.
these days, but because I got enough shit.
Yeah.
Crap. I have enough crap. I'm trying to get rid of my crap. I don't need any more crap. So I don't like it as much as I used to. But I used to love going to those. You just
Right.
you find so much cool stuff, no matter what hobby you're into.
Right. Yeah, I'm kind of like you. I'm trying to get rid of stuff. My husband, I feel, is like a hoarder.
Yeah.
Where
I'm the hoarder.
he he's got things that were passed down. So a lot of the stuff that we have, even though
Gotcha.
he got from passed down to him, so they're family heirlooms.
Yeah,
They're
that's
like
hard.
huge. So is
Yeah.
it like you get a book, or I mean, they're like, we're talking like
Like a hutch or
old,
something.
yeah. Okay, so two of them we've got are those old timey slot machines.
Oh wow.
Where you pull the handle down and then the reels. I mean, like the real rules go. And they came out of. They kind of have a really cool story to them, though. They came out of South Louisiana from the mafia. Back in like the early 20s, I think.
Yeah.
And it's one you would have seen in like a saloon type setting.
Gotcha.
They're awesome looking.
Yeah.
They're neat. Everybody's attracted to them when they come here.
Yeah.
But
Do they still work?
Room.
Do they still work?
Yes, they still work.
They got to be worth a pretty penny too.
They are.
Yeah.
That's why they're still here. They are very much so worth a pretty penny.
Gotcha. Yeah, most of my stuff isn't worth anything.
One's a quarter. So we have a dime and a quarter, and he was wanting the nickel, but that is a lot of money.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I don't have stuff that's worth much. Most of my stuff is just, it's whatever. We're trying to clean out the basement right now. Actually, it is just filled.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing how much you can acquire.
Yeah.
And then your house fills up, and you're like, ugh.
Yeah.
Everywhere you look, there's something, and then
I'm a collector. So is my daughter. My daughter's the same way. We're collectors. We like to collect whatever it is,
right,
different things, and so the basement is just filled with stuff. And I told them they're going to go down and clean it out, and I told them I don't want anything to do with it. You get rid of it. I'm not even going to look at it. Just get rid of it, because if I look at it, we're going to keep it. You know what I mean? So they're going to do it all. I'm not going to touch it.
Right. All right, you guys, there are 40 people in chat. I just want to give a reminder that if we get to 60 today, we'll do another drawing for another keychain.
Nice.
That's right. Going to do that for every mile marker there. Every
A lot of more people came in. There's Brianne and Sandy. And I saw somebody else. Who else came in?
I'll flip to another page to
maybe I didn't see somebody else.
Bring up.
Natural, though, said he scored a brand new 75-gallon tank at a moving sale the other day for Danikin. I saw that and didn't really have a spot for it. Yeah, I saw that video, or you were on a live stream or something. So,
yes, ma'am, Miss Susan. I will try to get on that for you today.
Off to
work. Don't work too hard. You want a keychain that I will lose in 2 days? Andre, come on now. Positive thoughts, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
That day that Bree had that troll that was talking about putting hamsters in a cage, how it was wrong to put hamsters in a cage. And bless her heart, she did the best she could with him. And she said, well, where do you expect me to put him? Let him run loose in the house all the time? No, it was funny. It was kind of had to be there. I ended up timing him out. Just because if you're not going to be positive, you don't need to be here.
Yeah.
We're here to have a good time and get the morning started. And with her, it was midday, but still, same scenario. And I was just like, okay, peace, brother. Cool off.
and it's okay to bring up issues like that to believe in, but you got to do it in the right way.
Right.
I didn't see that, but
yeah.
I'm the same way though. If somebody's being
cantankerous,
whatever, I don't even put up with it. There's no reason to. I just block it and move along. Right. There's no sense. Right. Why waste energy on somebody that's just upset about something?
Positive. I said, come on, y'all.
Is that a positive thing? Come on, y'all.
Just the way you say it is funny. It's a Southern thing. That's my accent coming out. Sorry, y'all.
I don't think I've ever said y'all in actual conversation. I mean, I've read it or something, but I've never used it. I've never lived in the South. Southwest. I mean, I
Yeah.
lived most of my life in Arizona, but not. I mean, that's not a big thing. You know what they say there? It's really a
Right.
Southern thing.
Yeah, I know. Every time I usually go in chat, I'm like, "Morning, y'all. Hi, y'all." It's
Yeah,
always y'all. That way, y'all know
I get it.
always know it's me because I've always got y'all.
That's what you could call it, the y'all morning
The
show.
y'all morning show.
Y'all welcome.
That's right. We're too lazy to say you all. Y'all.
It's efficient. You know, it's quick. It's
Yep, yep, yep. But all, it was a good event. I'm glad that I went. We had a blast. It was profitable, and I even got to stop at Bucky's.
oh nice. Chattanooga Ed will be very proud of you.
I
He's
know,
a
right?
Buc-ee's fan, man.
I
That's
should
his
have taken
place.
a picture out front and sent it to him.
Yeah. Now we didn't talk about it. Oh, you sort of got off on a
I
tangent.
did.
Who did you get to meet there? Okay, so you got to hang out with Jadrin because
Yes.
he was there. Papa Shrimp was there.
Yep.
Joseph Stanley.
Yes.
Was there anybody else? Oh, well, the Texas Fish. He said
Texas
he met you there.
Fish. Okay, there was, and from life of me, I cannot remember their name. Somebody may know, but they sell bettas, and it's the people that I got all of the bettas from Aquashello, Orlando. That they were at the end giving them all away because they didn't want to take them with them because they were going for their honeymoon to Disney World. So they didn't want to have to take care of any more fish until afterwards. So they were trying to get rid of them all. And then so the vendors that had these, if you showed that, they were letting you have them. They were giving them to you. And so I got that word out, and I know a lot of people took advantage of it. And I know I did. I brought home 5. Well, I didn't bring home 5. I got 5. I brought home 3 because I gave Miss Liz and Miss Heather one Florida Fish Rescue. I gave them 1 each.
Yeah, nice.
And then I came home with 2 males and a female. And I lost 1 male right off the bat. And then I still have a male and a female. Well, they were also here. Sorry. They're moving a double wide in on the other side of the street.
Oh, gotcha.
So anytime the machinery gets loud, the dogs go off.
Yep. If I stomp my foot, I could probably. Yeah. I'm not sure if all the dogs are awake. Actually, one's at the vet. I don't know if they're here, but if I stomp my foot, they'll set off like that too.
Yeah. So they were there. And y'all. Now I'm gonna. Y'all, it was so, I did the best. I was so proud of myself because I kept going over there and I was like, I want that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. And then I'd go back around there. It's like, Joe, I'm doing everything I can. I'm holding back. I'm practicing being patient. I'm doing it.
Yep.
And I'd walk back around there and I'd look again. I'm like, I want that one, that one. I'm going home with that one, that one. I'm gonna do it. And I'd walk back around there and I'm like, it's like I was practicing my withholding,
Yeah.
And so I actually only came home, and it wasn't even from them, with 1 betta, which was another female cotton candy, which is looks just like my other one that hopefully I've got babies from.
Nice.
I hope there's babies in that tank. They're so hard to find if there's not that many of them. But I know there were some in there. I just don't know if they're still alive or not. But I wanted another female to go with my male because my male is already building another bubble nest. So I said I was going to fatten him up a little bit more and then get another female. So I found another female that looks just like her. And so I was tickled to death to get her, but that wasn't even from these people that I met in Orlando. And I'm going to do, I'm going to have him on the show. He's supposed to email me because I can't remember his name.
That's what happens when you sleep a whole day away.
I know. They bring, that's all they do. They do import the bettas. I'm not sure how much they quarantine the bettas. I don't know how long they have them. I know that for Orlando, they kind of did that, shipped them in, went and picked them up type of thing. I don't know if they do that for all of the events because I don't know if they have a storefront or not. I really don't think they do. I think they live off of selling these bettas. And I think that every show that is out there, because they're from They came from, or they live in Colorado. So Orlando, they're going to be at Chicago. The co would be at Dallas. They said they do all the Aquashellas. The first one they did was Chicago, but they're everywhere. Any of the ones they can get to. So they're trying to do one every weekend. So they believe that's how they're making their living. So I'm not sure if they do any quarantining, but I can't say that I've seen a dead fish yet.
Gotcha.
So
maybe they've got some way of doing it, or they know their person and their stuff's being shipped overnight. Not overnight, but maybe a 2-day or something. And
right.
Hey, there's Melvin. Melvin came in. Casual Aquatics came in.
Hey, Casual Aquatics, good morning. Melvin, what's going on, Melvin?
Did we say hi to Scott? Scotty's in here. Okay.
Yeah, I did. He came in here early.
He did. That's right. He's working.
That's right. But
yeah, maybe they've got a process. If they're doing this everywhere they go, maybe they do have a process. It's just still, I don't know. It seems
there was a guy there too. So Jason Juggernaut Aquatics did a video, and this is the guy that he gets all of his guppies from, or most of his guppies from. And he did a video with a guy, and I did get to meet him because he was there. And I did come home with I came home with guppies. Imagine that.
Like you need more of those.
Right. Well, I did. I've been looking, and okay, so Jay with Jay Oliver, well, his name is John, but I call him Jay.
Yeah.
He had these albino koi guppies a while back, and I've been waiting for him to get some in. He just hadn't gotten any more in. So I ran across them from this guy that Jason gets all of his fish from. And I was able to get 2 pair for pretty much the price of one because I'm a vendor and I know Jason. Anyway, so I was able to get them, and then I did also I got 2 different strains of guppies. I got the koi albino guppies, which that female's in a breeder box just to have babies, and then I did also pick up the big blue ear red tail guppies, which Ed has got those as well.
Are they the red, white, and blues? Or
yeah, red, white, and blue,
okay.
Pretty much.
Yep.
And those are like by far one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
I've tried several times to breed these guys, and they just slowly trickle off.
Huh.
Never have been able to breed like the rest of the ones that I've got. And so I was like, golly, man, I want them. So I'm going to show you this real quick. Let me get it. The man that I got the bigger blue ear sells his guppies in pairs in these containers.
Wow.
Instead of putting them in baggies, poly bags, like we do with ship. And that's how everybody does. They put them in the bags and they lay them on the tables and just lay them out in rows. And that's what Jason does. This guy does this, which is freaking awesome.
Yeah, it's the same amount of water probably.
Same amount of water, but it looks better.
And it's a little, I don't know. It probably doesn't jar them as much, I would imagine,
I mean, that's a good darn plastic. This is not.
Yeah, you're going to reuse those. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm copying you, dude. This is just going to happen. This is so much easier than bagging all them fish.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. This is, anyway, but by doing this, it gave him another one up, per se, with all the other people that are selling guppies.
Yeah, it's a little bit different.
Better
in
this. Well, he gave me these 2 because I traded him. I only took 2 bags of my cherry snake skin, which I have not had for sale in a long time. And I only took 2 with me. I brought 1 back, and he got 1 because he gave me the 2 pair of bigger blue ear.
Yeah.
And the idea of doing those cups, because I can use that for anything. You can put anything in those. They still breathe.
Yeah.
They ship well. You can see the fish in them. And that's amazing. I don't know why I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's freaking, you can put your sticker on the top. I mean.
A lot of people are pointing out that I said it doesn't jar them, but they're in jars.
Yeah.
So like Zen Ginger doesn't jar them. Natural said jar them as to not jar them.
Yeah. Jar them is to not jar them. Right. Right.
John Larson came in. Hey, John. Oh,
Good
Gina
morning,
French. We
John.
missed. Did we say hi to Gina? I think we missed Gina.
Oh, good
Morning,
morning,
Gina
Miss
French.
Gina. I'm so sorry.
You know, I have 2 strains of guppies that I want to get rid of, but I don't want to ship them. I don't know. I just want to. I think I'm just going to go to the, excuse me, to the semi-local fish store and just see if he'll want them. Well, I'm gonna contact him first and see if he'll take them. I don't even care if I get store credit. I just want to get rid of them and put something else in those 2 tanks.
Yeah.
I'm not over guppies. I love having them. Like I have Mob Guppy Peter. I have his swordtails up here.
Yeah.
And I want to. I'm going to keep those, but I have a 45 that's over here out of the way. You can't see it. It's it's over this way somewhere.
Right.
But it's got blue yellow metal heads in it, and then I've got another one over in the side over here that I have. It's a kind of tuxedo. I don't know what kind it is. I don't remember. I got those from Well Done Tanks, and then these ones over here came from Mob Guppy. But I think I don't have any more room here, so I want to. I don't want to have 4 tanks of guppies,
Right.
in this room. So
It's understandable. I went down from 17 strains to 7, I
Nice.
believe is where I'm at.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the 2.
yeah,
So
and
6,
you're
7.
doing it for the enjoyment, but you're also doing it to sell.
Exactly.
Where I'm not interested in doing any selling or anything. So what do I do with all the guppies? Are so prolific. What do I do with all of them?
Right. Exactly.
I really need to move them on, and I want to try. I've never been able to breed. I shouldn't say I've never been able to. I've never tried to breed any egg layers or scatters or anything. So I want to move into that next.
Okay. I wanted to diversify because when I first got into this fish thing, I went head over heels, balls to the walls per se. I mean, I was getting strain after strain and paying money for them. I was paying through Aquabed. I was paying $130 with shipping for a trio for nice strains.
Wow.
Yeah. And I mean, that was back, one after the other. And I ended up with 17 different strains and was like, wow, that's a lot. Thinking that everything was going to sell like that on my website. Wrong. Didn't happen.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't for the lack of, it was just, so everybody's got guppies, everybody's got guppies. So I didn't have the special thing or whatever. And this is before I knew anything about going to these fish swaps or, selling wholesale or anything like that. And so that hit me like a ton of bricks and decided, okay, well, even if I do need to get rid of my guppies, if I sell them to my LFS, I'm only getting $1 a guppy for a strain that I paid, $130, $140 for as a trio, to begin with. And so
it's not a good ROI.
No. And so I decided, okay, well, my LFS is going to buy from me because I've got good water. They know I'm not going to bring them sick fish, anything like that. So I said, okay, well, I got with them and they were like, I said, what fish do you need? What fish, And a lot of times, so y'all don't go to your local fish store and ask them that, okay? Because it's not something you normally do.
Yeah. You got to have a relationship with them to be able to
do that.
Yeah, you've got to be, you don't just walk in, but you've got to work with them over time. And real quick, Big E's came in.
Oh, Big E's, good morning. You just can't walk in there and them not knowing your fish or not like that and then ask, hey, if I start breeding fish, what fish do you want me to breed? You can't do that.
Yeah, but it's rude.
Right. But going through the epidemic and then, them knowing me and my fish, I got some Sotomaguilluminatus from, oh, sweet, Greg. Me and Greg, for those who don't know, have the same local LFS. It's called the Fish Zone. It's just called the Zone. And that's what we call it, the Zone. But,
did you do a video from there? I feel like
you've seen it. A live stream thing.
Is that what it was? I remember seeing something about it.
I actually think I was on with um Mike. Florida Fish Rescue was live streaming, and I was on with him.
Oh, okay.
And
I feel like
went
I saw it
through until my phone died. Went through the store showing
Gotcha.
everybody the tanks in there.
I have some of those Pseudomugil luminatus too. I love them. They're right here next to me.
Oh,
Love them. Love
sweet.
those little guys. They're so cool.
So with that, me asking them, what kind of fish they want, we kind of came up with, of course, angels. They do have one, or did have one lady that would bring them angels, but they need somebody bringing them angels all the time because angels sell like that.
Yeah.
Guppies sell like that. Plecos, your basic things, but also like the one I'm still waiting to get are the electric blue rams and the German rams. So I want to breed them.
And awesome fish too. I love those. I thought about getting some when I was looking at what I was going to put in that 75.
Exactly.
Awesome fish.
Said I breed fish, said I know my Elvis will sell. And that's the route I decided to go. Instead of thinking, okay, I can sell everything off of my website and everything, I stay steady, and no.
Fish Dreams, you said you've been looking for the luminatus. If you like buying online, Aquahuna has them. I think there's 6 for $30. I can't remember how much they are. They weren't crazy priced, and they charge $12.99 flat rate shipping. So you're looking at less than $50 for 6 of them, which I thought was pretty decent.
Oh, and that's another thing. Reminded me of that. There are so many people that freaked out when they learned that I could ship fish. They were just blown away that individuals could ship fish.
Yeah.
And we kind of got on the subject of, well, how do you think all the fish stores
where do you think they come from? Yeah.
They ship them.
There's not like a big tube that just goes and shoots in all the, how do they get there?
Right.
They go in the back and pull them out of a pond or something?
Yeah. And so the one guy I was talking to said, well, I guess I know that, the fish stores get it, but I guess I never thought that individuals could ship them or that the mail would let you ship them. And so we had a long conversation about that. But there are a lot of people that do not know we can ship fish. So that was funny.
Fishy on. Good morning.
Yeah. Miss Sandy said the same thing. There were people that freaked out too when they said that people actually ship fish. It really is. Oh, Miss Zen, girl, I told you not to worry about that. You need them to sell so that you can get caught up from that storm. You paid $8 each for the luminatas, Greg?
Yeah, that's a pretty good price, I think.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I actually don't even know what y'all are talking about.
The Pseudomugil luminatus.
Is that a shell dweller?
No, it's a little rainbow fish. I'm not sure if it actually is a rainbow fish. I thought Gary Lang said that they weren't, but I don't know. Anyways, they're related to rainbows at the very least. They don't get very big though. They're smaller, like 2 inches. They're very, very colorful with very cool finnage and stuff, and they do a lot of flaring, and I don't know. They're just awesome little fish.
Oh wow! All right, you guys, we are at the top of the hour, and usually at every half hour I play a fishy song, but we were on such a good roll going through the first 30 minutes, I decided to just keep it going. So we're going to stop and pause for a minute and take a small little short break. And during that, we're going to listen to Danny Wesh's new song. If I can get to it, Glass Box Hero.
Standing in the rain, in a heavy downpour, waiting for the pet shop to open the doors. Here the manager comes, watch him turn the key. He opens the doors as if just for me. I need a one filter. They're in aisle 3. Look over there. They're buy one get one free. To keep the water warm. Didn't think that I needed, but I do for sure. That one better with a messed up fin. hero, without one better. That pride in his eyes, I'll make him cry every time. In a store without a name, $1 per gallon sale. Give me all your 10 gallons. I got plants in the mail. Guppies breeding out the ass. All these cichlids too. Without one better, I owe it all to you. Now it just keeps skating. It'll never gonna stop. Gonna keep on skating. And through the plants right out the top. And be blessed, plus hero. Got pride in his eyes. I'm the blessed, plus hero. Got pride in his eyes. Blessed, plus hero. Got pride in his eyes. Without one better, I'll make him cry tonight. Yeah, now it just keeps skating. It never gonna stop. Gonna keep on skating. And through the plants right out the top. Be a last box hero. Got pride in his eyes. I'm the last box hero. Without one better. I'll make him cry tonight. Last box hero. Last box hero. I'll make him cry tonight. Cry
Do.
Right? Hey, we had some people come in. Oh, Peter, good morning, Guppy Guru. Speaking of one of our sponsors. Peter, I need that video.
Yeah, come on, man. What the hell?
Right?
Jeez.
And then MNC Aquatics, good morning.
Morning.
Let's see. We usually do have a lot of people come in right after the first of the hour. It's kind of weird it happens that way, but see, Ian, perfect song to walk in on. That's great. Let's see. I thought there was one other person that came in. If I missed you, please say hi again. Please.
During the song, we got an email from somebody for another $100 donation towards Christmas.
Wow.
That's just amazing. It's so amazing to me how many people have,
done it, got involved.
Yeah. And again, not even the big channels haven't really
Gotten in it yet.
Well, I haven't really reached out to them because, well, first of all, most of them have.
I did not.
Have businesses.
Talking about you.
Like the co-op. I'm going to wait till everything's all set before I reach out to the co-op. And same with a lot of the other ones because they're businesses. It's fine to do, sort of what we're doing now with the community. But as far as the businesses go, I want to really have everything in line so I can give them a presentation and make them understand the whole thing very easily.
Yes.
But it's still just amazing. I mean, at this rate, geez, I mean, we'll be able to do any channel. We have roughly 50 active streaming fish tuber channels, roughly.
Wow.
That's not including some of the ones that are sort of on the outside, but there's roughly 50 that are pretty active. And
really,
and there's more than that, but they're not listed. And we're pretty close right now to being able to do almost all of them already.
That's crazy.
So
That's
then we'll
like,
just move up the giveaway. Instead of $50 minimum, we'll do
right.
$100, you know, for
Right.
each channel, you know.
Yeah. That's insane. That's
It
like,
is. It is. It's
like, and you
crazy.
don't even think about it being 50 channels either. That's like, wow.
Yeah. And I'm sure there's actually a lot higher amount. And there's obviously a lot of fish tubers out there, but again, we're looking at specifically live streamers.
Right.
So, you know, there's other live streamers too that I didn't count that just aren't on the list for whatever reason, or,
Yeah.
you know, we're probably closer to 100. Who knows how many will actually sign up? We'll find out
Right.
soon.
Oh, I imagine that, you know, just like last year when I did the Secret Santa
Yeah.
last year, or Merry Fishmas, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
There were people that after we were done with it, were like, "Hey, I didn't know about this." I was like, "How did you not know about this?"
Yeah. I think that's why we need to start now.
Or, yeah, exactly.
You know, just so
Yeah.
the word gets out, because maybe there's people out there that only can watch a stream or watch something every 2 weeks or something,
Yes,
you know? So
correct.
I think
Yeah.
now is a good time to get the word out and get it started.
Yeah, I agree.
And I
Well,
like how they work together. You know, I like
Yeah.
how these two things are gonna, you know, it's a personal thing with the Secret Santa part, and then the other
Right.
giveaway. You know, it just works so well together.
yeah, and like last year, it kind of got a little on the back end of it. So, what the idea of the first part is, you know, everybody, it's just like playing the Secret Santa game that you would with your family, or, you know, with coworkers or whatever. Except for we do it through the Fish Fam, and I draw the names. You send me the email saying, "Hey, I want to." Then you also say, "Hey, this is kind of what I'm into. This is the fish I like. This is." And this time, I'm not going to put a cap. I am going to put a cap, but I'm not going to say you cannot ship fish.
Gotcha.
Because I said we were going to do it in January, July, August, as like Christmas in July.
Yeah.
But there's just so much going on. Aquashellas, the aquatic, you know, everything just didn't pan out to do it. But for the Christmas season, I mean, I'm still shipping fish during
Yeah.
that time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I had them shipped.
We're not cold. We're not that cold yet, but you know, I'm not going to cap it this year. I mean, I'm going to cap the price. I'm not going to cap on what you can and can't send.
Yeah.
And of course, our overseas people get to play too, because if that person draws one of our overseas people, they can always send them an Amazon gift card.
Yep.
And that's what I would suggest. But if they want to ship them something, they can ship. They just got to know you got to send it like 2 or 3 weeks in advance.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
take a month to get there.
Yeah. And you know, the one thing that people need to be aware of, don't just request fish,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
because somebody might not be able to get those to you or whatever. You know,
Right.
put some different things in there
Yes.
that, you know.
Yes, exactly. You know, a list
Chubs.
of like 5 things. And now that'll be in that flyer thing that I did like last year.
Yeah.
I got to tweak a few things on it, but the idea is to do that. You get your present from your secret person, and then you video it like an unboxing,
Yeah.
and you video that, and then you send it to me. Well, a lot of people have to upload it to YouTube. Then that way they can send it to me.
Gotcha.
A lot of people just can't send it to me in a file. But what ended up happening was when they sent it to YouTube, instead of keeping it private, they ended up,
Oh,
and so it ended up going live on their channels instead of
yeah.
on the 19th. What day is that even on? Is it a Monday? Of what? I haven't even looked. But on that day, we will show all of the unboxings at one time during the morning show.
The 19th is a Sunday.
Okay, so that would be that Monday. Unless they did a special on Sunday.
Well, I think make the aquatic morning show that day be about it. I think that'd be a good thing.
Okay, well then that's what we'll do. Well, Monday, so mine won't stop until the 20th, which is just a day later.
Well, I
That's
mean, you could still end it on the 19th, but do the actual
the thing on
unboxing
video.
thing. Yeah, that way it gives that extra day in case anybody. Now, do you think there's anybody out there that doesn't join because they don't want to do a video? But and how would you change that anyways though? How would
They
you
don't
go
have
about
to show themselves. They don't have
exactly?
to show themselves.
Yeah.
Just show what you're getting.
Because I mean, I know some people in the fish fam, you don't even hear them talking at all in their
Right,
videos at all.
right.
I don't know if they just feel like they don't have anything to offer that way or what.
Right.
But
I mean, I
even
guess
if that did bother somebody, how do you change that? Because they got to show what they got.
yeah, and then that
They could take a picture, I guess. It's not as fun.
right. I mean,
Yeah, forget I even brought it up.
I would say
You don't need anything else
if
to
you
think
don't
about.
want to do a video, or like if you really, really or real don't want to do like whatever, I don't know. Just let me know. We'll come up with something. We'll do something.
Maybe you can work around it somehow.
Right. But the idea is to be able to show what everybody got.
Yeah.
And
show your joy.
Right, exactly. Make it fun.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do it, all at one time. So that show may be like a really long show that day. But if you're that in that much of an introvert and you just can't talk on a video, you don't have to show your face. You don't even have to show your body. You don't have to show any of yourself.
Yep.
Just show this is what I got from my person. Yeah, I'm so excited. This is what anyway. Something like that. It don't have to be 2 minutes long. A minute, 30 seconds. Just something.
Probably the shorter is better.
Yeah, the shorter is better because I got to play them. So
yeah. How many people did you have last year?
I had 20-ish.
Okay.
20-ish.
So let's say everybody makes a 1 minute video. That's not crazy. I mean, that's half. That's by time you do everything, that's probably half your show.
Yes. In fact, it probably is the whole show.
Yeah, because you probably talk in between and stuff. And yeah.
Casual aquatics, I don't have a limit yet. I haven't gotten all the details ironed out yet. We're just kind of talking about it and kind of getting it on everybody's minds. But there will be a cap. So, hey, multiple aquariums. But everybody will know if you tune in to the Aquatic Morning Show, you'll definitely know when I'm ready to start taking names and emails and all that for the people that want to be involved in it.
Yeah.
Which will start the day after Halloween, actually. So the day after Halloween, the next whatever day I'm live, because I don't stream Saturday and Sunday. But whatever day that is, I'll start taking emails on people that want to. That'd be the day after Halloween. So that'd be November 1st?
So yeah. So that's plenty of time in between
That's
there.
2 months, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Diego. Hey, buddy.
I won't send you your Secret Santa person of who you got. Like, I won't draw names until the 1st
of December, roughly?
Well, I'll probably do the day after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
I'll probably do the day after Thanksgiving. I'll draw names, and then that'll give you from Thanksgiving till the 20th. Well, the 20th for them to have already gotten their presents. So, but all that'll be in those details. Oh, Chubbs, hey, good morning. So we'll iron out those details. I'll look at calendars and make sure dates work together and all that good stuff. But in the idea of it'll start taking emails after Halloween, and I'll draw names right after Thanksgiving. So it'll give you 4 weeks to pretty much, yes, I'm doing it. But from October to November, you'll know to save whatever your money. Whatever cap upon it. Last year the cap was, I think, 25, but we were only doing live. No livestock.
Yeah.
So because I'll be including livestock by choice, if you want to, you don't have to, but if you want to, it'll have to be a little bit of a higher cap.
Just because it's a higher cap doesn't mean you have to spend that much.
Exactly. That's right.
I think you should give it a minimum, though. You don't want somebody just to send out a $5 Amazon gift card or something.
Right. Yeah.
Even, I guess if that's all they can do, but then they probably shouldn't join it if they.
Right.
I would say I hate to say that, but
I would say minimum. I'll give a minimum and a maximum, I guess. But you hate to do that, but still, you don't.
Yeah. You got to make it fair. What
exactly.
if, I love that almost every time James talks about Gracie needing her hot dog.
Oh, he does. That's the only thing he does.
Yep.
He'll go through Facebook. He'll give me a like and
I love it.
And a thumbs up, but it's because I got to give Gracie a hot dog or cheese. That's right. What if I wanted to send baby Oscars, but they can't house them, then you can't sell them. or send them. It has to be something that they write on their list.
Yeah, don't send something like that. Yeah.
And you don't want to send them a fish that they aren't into or can't house.
I suppose, I mean, I hate to put more on Jess, but I suppose if you've got something on the edge of their question, you could always send a question to Jess. She could ask that person.
Right.
Sounds like you need some more help. It sounds like you need somebody to help you, like a secretary to, help with some of the logistics of the whole thing.
It did. The only problems that we had out of it last year was people, I don't know, like losing their emails. They're not getting who their person was or forgetting who their person was.
Oh.
And then, so like I always had to keep going back to the list. And it will get confusing as I'll get out when I'm drawing names, because you put everybody's name in the thing, right? And then you draw a name. Like I have Joe or Sonny or Landon help me draw names. I don't do it myself. I let them do it because I want it to be fair. I don't want anybody thinking, hey, I'm picking this and putting this person with this person. And so you draw a name and you say, okay, say, Rico, you're getting Jess as your Secret Santa. Okay. So then Jess comes up and then Jess draws Casual Aquatics.
Yeah.
And then Casual Aquatics draws this person.
Yeah.
Well,
so
when
keep
you
it all straight.
Yes, when you write it down, if you can get confused, flipped very, very, very easy. Yeah. And I did get that done one time. Happened last year, but
now how do you do it? How do you write
the names down on a piece of paper and throw it in a.
But what do you do? How do you keep track of it?
I write it down.
Just write it down?
I write it down on cards, actually. I mean,
it'd be easy to create just a very, very simple spreadsheet. I could send it to you, and then it would say, giftee and gifter. That way, you just write in the name there.
That would be.
I mean,
I'm not good with that kind of stuff.
That takes like 5 minutes to make it because there's not much to it. So
okay.
And you could get to it from your phone. You could get to it from your, because it's Google Docs. Okay. So you could get to it from any place. And what you'll do is you'll just copy I'll walk you through it.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll set up something just to make it easier so you can, at least one little thing is easier for you.
Darby said pond snails and duckweed.
I take the pond snails. My puffers love them.
Right? I'm low on pond snails.
I am too right now. Actually, I've got to harvest some, but I don't have too many either.
Geek Boy said red tail cats and arapaima for everyone. To see Gracie eating the said hot dog or cheese. No.
Yeah, we sort of ignored the chat there for a while, didn't we?
I know. Please hit the like button. That's right. Hit that like button. Daniel Velez, good morning. And Miss Liz and Miss Heather came in chat as well. Good morning. La 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 la. Think that's everyone that came in. If I missed you again, please say, "Hey, Jess, you missed me."
We had somebody send me an email just a little bit ago who split their donation between themselves, anonymous, and then they also supported a channel.
Oh wow!
With a donation, so they sent $100 and they wanted to split it between two. I thought that was very cool.
That's kind of cool. Yeah.
Then they're not affiliated with that channel. They just wanted to put the cash in that channel's name.
Wow, that's great.
That was pretty neat.
That is a great idea. That's a great idea to chat. I said that we had stopped by Buc-ee's on the way home, and I love the Buc-ee nuggets. For anybody who doesn't know, there's a big chain gas station, I guess, but it's like an iconic thing that I never knew about until last year. But
it was described as the Disneyland of gas stations.
Exactly. Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
And I always have to get the Buc-ee nuggets, but I don't usually eat it all in 24 hours. And I ate it all in 24 hours, and now I'm like, dang, I need some more.
For some reason, I thought Buc-ee nuggets were going to be some kind of meat, like chicken nugget type thing. Yeah. But Ed described what they were. They're more of like a cinnamon bun type thing, or a little nugget.
Was trying to figure out how to explain it last night as I was munching on them. To me, it's like like a Werther's original flavor
Okay.
puff,
Okay.
like Cheeto puffs,
Okay. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
with the Werther's original type flavor to it.
So they're little.
amazing.
They're sort of airy, sort of light.
Yes.
They're not like a doughy. They're
Well,
little
They're
more.
like airy on the inside, but they are crunchy
Yeah.
because of the flavor to them. They're amazing. They're like addictive. But in the same store, they've got all kinds of knickknacks, and I mean, it's like, wow. But I always get a blanket, a Sharpie's blanket. Sharpie, I always get a blanket from you, like a Bucky's blanket,
Yeah.
and it's that fake faux material that's so freaking soft.
Yeah.
And those blankets are cheap, but they're good, and that's what I sleep with. But I told Joe, I was like, I don't really care that it's got Bucky's on it. It's just that it's a great price for what it is, and that's what I sleep with. But I usually don't buy knickknacks and stuff like this, but I ended up buying 2 of these.
Is it a candle?
It is a candle.
Okay.
But I can't lift my arm. Okay. But the way that it has this thing on top looks like milk or like wax or something. And the reason I got them was because I can reuse this, like,
Gotcha.
and put like, I know, a culture in it, because this is still breathable, but it seals it to the point of it can't get out. I mean, it peels right off, but it's enough to go back on and to keep it there. And you can boil the wax out of it.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's amazing. That's freaking cool as shit is what I was thinking.
Sharpie said, so that's where my blankets have been going.
That's right. So, but one is a coconut cream, and this one is, wow, that's hot. This one was another reason I got it, because I loved what it says. Suck it up, Buttercup.
Nice.
I just thought that was cool, because there's a little girl that's around here that she told Landon one day, suck it up, Buttercup. And I just died laughing. The girl told my 13-year-old son to suck it up, Buttercup.
Sharpie. I misheard the first time I heard it, and I heard butt nuggets. Don't be eating butt nuggets.
No, butt nuggets. Bucky nuggets.
Yeah, I never heard of it either. I mean, I don't know if it's just in the South, but I haven't traveled much in the last 20 years anyway.
I know that there's not one in Louisiana yet. But right off of I-20, which is, a big interstate that goes from the East Coast to the West Coast, I-20 goes all across. But along I-20, I know like damn near every state has got one except for Louisiana. When we went to Florida, there was one in Mississippi, there's one in Alabama, there was one in Florida, and there's one in Texas. Actually, there's 2 or 3 in Texas.
Yeah.
But they just totally skipped Louisiana. Like, that's why I don't know about it.
Yeah.
But there's one in between us and Dallas. So on I-20. But the one in Texas used to be the biggest one. But now the one in, I believe, Colorado is the biggest one. And they're huge, you guys. Saying it's like
they're massive.
It's like a Walmart size thing. It's huge.
I think they have to have, and this is what Ed said. He wasn't sure, but 100 gas pumps, 100 actual, islands.
I would say they did, because they got them on one side and the other side. One side's for the truckers, and the other side's, for the other people, regular people. But but I would say, that there's 100 gas stumps. Wow. I'm doing good with words today.
It's my fault.
But it's a cool little place to go to. It's kind of one of those iconic things now. I think if you go on a road trip, you got to stop by Buc-ee's.
Now, when I was a kid, it was Stuckey's.
I know. We had a Stuckey's. In fact, it's funny you say that. As I remember going from here to Ruston, which is only about an hour, there was a Stuckey's middle way. And when my mom and dad divorced, that's where they met to swap us out. Was Stuckey's.
So is that a good memory or a bad memory? A little bit of both?
Not a bad one. because I don't remember them fighting per se when they dropped us off or picked us
Gotcha.
up.
Yeah.
I'm sure they did, but in memory, it was a good thing. In fact, when me and my sister were in later years when we got to start driving ourselves and we would have to go that way, we always would remember it. Hey, there's Stuckies. We're going to pass Stuckies, you know. So we always knew Stuckies. That's so funny.
Well, when I was
it actually ran down, but
I was about 12 when we moved from Chicago out to Arizona, and that trip was when I first discovered Stuckies. And I remember I was really into plastic army men, little green plastic army men. That was like the thing I played with the most and stuff. And that Stuckies always had them for some reason. So we'd always every state we had to stop at the Stuckies and get their bag of army men, which is exactly like the other bag of army men. We had to. So my parents bought me a bag of army men every year, or every not every year, but every stop.
Right. That's so funny you say that, Stuckies. So now I got memories in my brain.
Most American cities don't actually qualify as cities. I'm not sure what that means there, Sharpie.
I think they were talking about Louisiana not having cities. Louisiana has weird rules and markets, is what Miss said. She's right.
Yeah.
I don't even have cities. That's right.
What do you guys call the cities then?
Town.
I know parish. I mean, but town and cities.
Parishes is the county.
Yep. And
towns. Well, now we say Bossier City, but most of them are towns.
Gotcha. And a town to me, usually in places I've lived, is usually just still a decent size, but not as big as a city. You know, a city. So it's just levels of.
Yeah.
To qualify as a city, it has to have a cathedral. No cathedral. Well, I don't know about cathedrals, but every little town has at least one big church with a big tower. So I don't know about a cathedral.
Right.
I don't know that we have very many cathedrals here, but
we've got this one big Baptist church, and it's amazing to see the freaking money that goes into these churches around here.
Oh yeah,
it's like crazy.
Well, the little town by me, it's about 15 minutes away from us. That's the closest town, and there's like 7 big massive churches in there with these big towers, and there's like one grocery store and one gas station. It's got a McDonald's, you know, that's about it.
Yeah, there's one that's got, so you come and you're on I-20. That's our major city or major road going through here, and you go down a hill, and there's a big overpass. So as you going down the hill, going under the overpass, you come in just on the other side of it. There's this, I swear to God, it's a mile high cross that they made that goes up that tall. I mean, it's amazingly tall. Well, at night it's all lit up. So on a black sky, that's all you see is this big, bright, lit up cross. It's kind of
which sounds like a weird idea to me because of the fact that not too long ago, a big, bright, burning cross was a pretty bad thing to have. So that's sort of a weird choice to light up your cross.
Very, very big. I mean, they were trying to make a statement. It's there. They got it. It's almost like, why? Why waste that money? I mean,
maybe if they're getting that kind of money, they should pay some taxes.
Thank you.
Let's not get into that. That's a whole bad thing.
Right.
We don't have a lot of big crosses around. The Mormon religion was created not too far from where I live. It's not. Joseph Smith actually was from upstate New York, from this area, and he. So Hill Cumorah, which is a big thing for the Mormon religion, is not very far from me. But we also have, instead of crosses, we have massive American flags that are like.
Oh, we have.
You know, the size of. I mean, I have an acre.
18-wheeler.
I have an acre of land, and it could probably cover most of my land. You know.
Yeah, we got one.
Sharpie, you can't compare someplace that's
right.
Closest city to me has 57 medieval churches. Well, we don't have anything medieval because
we're not that old.
We killed all the people that lived here when it was medieval.
Right. No doubt. It would be cool to have a medieval church, though.
Yeah.
Just to say.
We probably
Oh,
drove a
great.
bunch of people off there.
Greg said that, hey, we got 41 people in chat. Greg said he got his first bacon cheeseburger at Stuckey's and my pocket knife sharpened.
Yeah, they did all kinds of stuff at Stuckey's.
Wow. And 2 people from Facebook. Cool. All right, you guys, we have met the hour and a half mark. So I'm going to play another song and then we're going to open up panel. Be right back. See if I can do this again. Nope, wrong button. Unless I didn't close this out. There's so many buttons you got to push to bring something in. All right, we see that. Let's do this. And this.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Jason with Jabber Aquariums. Thanks for joining me. What the heck is that noise? Do you guys hear that? What the heck is that noise?
I'm a fish nerd, a fish nerd, a fish nerd, a fish nerd. I got 400 tanks in every room of my house. There's not a prayer in the world of me finding a spouse. I'm spilling water on the floor and all over the wall. No matter if it's carpet, I'm ruining it all. I'm a fish nerd, a fish nerd, fish nerd, a fish nerd. Scientific names just rolling out my mouth. I love cichlids from the north and plectals from the south. There's a whole lot of folks up in the fish fam. There's Corey and Bob and Jadron. I'm a fish nerd, a fish nerd, fish nerd, fish nerd. Echo and Walmart, stop killing my fish. I'm tired of rescuing betas that are dying in a dish. Every employee, they just seem to be lost, selling Oscars with guppies, but at what cost? I'm a fish nerd, a fish nerd, fish nerd, a fish nerd. It's Saturday again, heading to the fish store. I'm addicted to fish, I need more and more. I keep buying more fish, and I don't have the room. I'll put them in the bathtub, let the buying resume. I'm a fish nerd, a fish nerd, fish nerd, a fish nerd. Doing water changes all day and night. I can't get the pH where it seems just right. I do 10, 20, or 30%. So many fish, they need to pay me rent. Fish nerd, a fish nerd, fish nerd, fish nerd. Sucking up the watercraft going up my nose. I can't seem to stop making fish room videos. YouTube, I love you, but you ain't paying squat. Gotta keep a real job, don't like it a lot. I'm a fish nerd, a fish nerd, fish nerd, a fish nerd, fish nerd, a fish nerd, fish nerd, a fish nerd.
And that was our Jason Jordan Aquatics, you guys. Another one of our small sponsors. Oh,
Awesome guy.
Goodness. Yes, he is. He is. And you guys, I didn't know you could have tablecloths printed. Like, this guy, of course, he owns a print shop, right? And so he got everything is like printed. But I thought it just had the vinyl banner on the front of his table. It's a whole tablecloth. It was amazing. Like, I was like just blown away that he could print a tablecloth. But I guess it's a vinyl screening, I guess, that he does on it. It's not like, I don't know, it's not like you print a vinyl on a vinyl banner. It's different anyway. I was thrown up. I was blown away. I was like, oh, I want one. Oh.
You know, it's too bad I don't still work at the, I worked at a place. I was an IT guy for a little place here that made all kinds of stuff like that. And I have it's a 6 foot by 6 foot Chicago Bears logo on really super thick UV resistant vinyl.
Yeah. I've got to
And I got it for free because I work there.
Yeah. I've got to have my vinyl for main sales firm Finn's vinyl thing reprinted because I misspelled a word.
Oh, no.
I misspelled subscribe.
Oh, no.
And
that's like Chattanooga ad with his Tennessee that had the extra E in it.
Uh-huh. And so, I mean, I had that one printed through Walgreens, and I was in a hurry. So I was actually surprised that was the only mistake I made.
Yeah.
But it only cost $20, you know, when it was all said and done for that one.
Oh,
but
that's not bad at all.
Yeah, so it's not like it's like going to kill my pocketbook to have another one made, but it was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And, you know, Jason, you know, we were talking about it because he, you know, does the print stuff. And so, you know, he's the one who pointed it out to me because my vinyl was facing his and his was facing mine. Well, his was a whole tablecloth, but mine was just the vinyl border in the front. And yeah, he was like, did you know that yours it's the I don't even know how you said it. I would spell it. Like SUS. I left the B out. Oh. So
subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe. Yeah. It was funny.
Now who are your three sponsors again? You got Guppy Guru, Peter.
Which is the waterfront, which his store. Not necessarily the Guppy Guru, the channel.
Gotcha.
It's the
waterfront.
The waterfront, the store that he partners with.
Waterfrontslc.com, I believe. Yes. And that's probably, I'm sure Lori's probably put it in the chat already 20 times. But she did. It's right there, and it's even got your discount and everything.
That's right. There's a discount code you can use, a 15% off. So if you guys are looking at anything, go check that out first. And then my sister, which is the social media lady. Yeah. So I'm not going to read that big long thing that she had me to read and fill out because she's going to actually make that a video for me.
Okay.
But in smaller words, if you guys need any help with any kind of social advertising, YouTube's, anything, she can do it. I mean, she's done so much for this channel. It's not even funny. Stuff that y'all don't even know about yet. So if you need help, you want to get your stuff out there more, all that kind of stuff, she can help. And then Jason, Darn Aquatics, he ended up doing our printed material that he printed. I had some other stuff done through Walgreens and stuff, but what he printed and did, he did for no charge for us. So
very nice. And I bet you he spells subscribe right.
I bet he's yes, he did. Very much so. All right, you guys, I think I have pinned the link in chat. If anybody would like to join us here on panel, you're more than welcome to.
Would you like to go over today's channels that are streaming?
Yeah.
You want me to do that? I'll pull the Rocko part. Just give me a second here. I'm just pulling up the I'm going to pull it from the. Hey, Deb.
Hey, everybody.
How are you?
All right.
I'll pull it up
from. I can only pop in for a second.
Okay.
Always good to see you.
Yeah.
But I got a surprise for you, Rico.
Uh-oh.
Wait, this is a morning show.
Oh, it's okay. I have my clothes on.
Okay.
Let's see.
Okay.
Lord, I don't know how to do it. Can you see? Oh.
Yes. Oh, nice. Look at that.
All right.
Look at that. My face never looked so good.
So now I have your face all over my chest.
At least it ain't your butt. You need some shorts with your face on it.
Yeah.
He said nobody's ever bought his shirt, so I said I'm gonna go get one of the shirts.
And I wasn't saying that. I get it. I mean, I've had that shirt probably for 5 years, and I think I've sold 8 of them. But I don't even pay attention. I could have sold 20 this last week, and I wouldn't even know. I don't.
Aww.
I know I got $1.45 for royalties from them. I think I
for
bought
your retirement fund.
Yeah,
I know, right?
I buy them and give them to, like, I sent one to Chattanooga Ed because he sent me a couple of Aquashella shirts. and this amazing thing, which Jess, that probably looks familiar to you because your
Yes, it
name's on it.
does. Show
It
it
doesn't
up.
show up
Right
very
there.
good,
There it is.
but Ed had everybody sign that for me. He sent me a couple shirts,
Yeah.
and then I also sent Fish Room Fever one, and
Yeah.
I've sent a few out to different people, and so I think I probably sold maybe that might be 9 of them now, and I probably bought 5 of them.
I try
Okay.
to buy one once a month, so you came up first.
That's
Well,
really
actually,
cute.
third, but you're first in my book.
Right. Rico's
You're
the
one of the
bomb.
regular fish fans. But
Well,
I just
thank
wanted
you
to
so
pop
much.
in.
Hey, Casual Aquatics. Yes, the
Uh,
waterfront does ship. They do overnight. I believe is the only way they ship them.
Yeah.
Thanks,
yeah.
guys. I got to go buy some construction material.
All right, Miss
See
Judy.
you, Deb.
That was
Thanks.
All right.
Okay, so real quick, here's what's coming up today. So, Big J is on the list, but I haven't seen him streaming in a while.
Yeah, I don't think.
So I don't know, but you might want to check, and that would be at 1:30 Eastern time. All these times are Eastern time. So check out Big J just to see. But he hasn't streamed in quite a while.
Right.
Brienne is at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, same time as Corvus. And then Aquarium Co-op, it says 6 o'clock. Now, I'm not sure about that one today.
Yeah, I don't know. Either.
That's sort of up in the air, too, because he had some things that changed, and it might be a members only. And
right.
so, again, we need to have some way to
This is one of those things that Mike is going to do for me because it like I said, it's hard because there are a lot that don't. There are new ones, and like I said, I know that Bob, he's so busy.
Sure.
And so we don't fault him by no means, but I just need a better way to run the list every day.
It's too bad we can't get really technical with it and access the YouTube API and create something that would automatically tell us when people schedule.
Exactly. That would be awesome.
That would be cool. But anyways, Mob Guppy, Peter goes at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And he will be going tonight for sure. Ed and I, Chattanooga Ed and I, will go at 8 o'clock. Tonight we have Sean Peck is going to be joining us.
Oh, sweet.
So I think we're talking about board games tonight. We're going to be talking about board games.
Cool.
Let's see. Did I say Steamfot? Steamfot's at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. And then Chubbs. Now, Chubbs last week went at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Is he going to do that, do you know? Or is he still in here? Are you still here, Chubbs?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I know Fishy Biz goes at 9. Well, is that
Central? Yeah, that's Central time. Yeah.
And so I don't know if Chubbs is starting. When he said 9, I thought it was Eastern, but I think he's gonna start the same time as Fishy Biz, and then go for 2 hours. But that's why I decided to step away. One of the reasons was so that I could be watch Fishy Biz.
Yeah.
I didn't want to stream the same time he was anymore.
Yeah.
Speaking of, he is going to be a guest sometime between now and before school starts.
Cool.
That way he can be up here because then he'll start school and he'll be there during the day.
Yeah.
But I'm trying real hard to get a lot of some of the stores to play this in the mornings. So that the events get out, more live streams get out, to everybody that had no clue that there's even anything like this.
Yeah. It's a big community. It really is. And there's a lot of people out there that have been longtime fish keepers who generally use social media, but just aren't aware of it.
Right. Exactly.
Because there's so many that don't want anything to do with any kind of social media. They think it's the devil and don't realize that you get to choose how much you share. I remember years ago, a friend of mine, we switched over and you couldn't get your paycheck stub except it was sent to your email.
Yeah.
And he said he refused to get an email address because he didn't want his information out there. And I was like, well, first of all, your information is already out there.
Right.
But secondly, it's an email address. You don't have to put anything.
Right.
Don't put anything real. I mean, it's just people just don't understand, and they're people fear what they don't understand.
I was right up there with them. I wouldn't have a Facebook. I wouldn't have anything for the longest time.
And now look at
I was like, they already have it.
Yeah.
Like, I've been kind of funny. I want to do the heritage thing. What is it called? Where they take your swab or whatever and they do a DNA.
Oh, yeah, the DNA. Yeah.
I want to do that so bad, but I have in my brain that once they have my DNA, that they can just do anything they want with me or to me or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I know they already do. They already have all that.
I'm just worried that they'll be able to tie me to those old crimes.
Right?
Oh, Catfish Terry has a premiere today at 12 Eastern.
Cool.
Thank you, Lori.
Thank you.
I think I covered everybody that's live streaming today. I didn't see Kevin in that list. I don't know if he goes late tonight on Monday night.
Yeah, I'm not sure their schedule. I'm not sure who streams, either him or Miss Jen.
Yeah. I know they're usually very late. I miss them all the time because they're usually like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning my time, which is crazy because Jen is from Buffalo, which is like 2 hours, 3 hours from me. So
yeah, they're the people that we have that stream for the night owls.
Yeah, definitely.
And actually, I'm there a lot.
Yeah, you're everywhere.
I'm trying to go to sleep at a decent hour. It just don't work. Don't work. But yeah, they start, believe, midnight Eastern, which ends up being 1 o'clock Central. But sometimes they'll go early.
No, that would be 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock.
No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Shut up, Rick.
I know it gets confusing. Hey,
Merrick, hey, buddy.
Hey, Jeffrey Watts, you're in here
Speaking
too.
of people who have bought a shirt, Mr. Merrick there, he bought one of my shirts.
Awesome.
Did not know that.
Right?
It's just weird to me, when people buy them. Because it's just my big fat head. There's nothing else. That's why I wanted to do it, because I think it's a conversation starter, because most of the shirts that you guys make, which are awesome, like Rocko, everybody makes these cool shirts.
Yeah.
They're very informational, as far as like Fantastic Freaks. He sent me one of his shirts.
Yeah.
It's got his YouTube channel on it. It's got the name, so you know what it's about.
Yeah.
Well, mine is just, it looks like fat Jesus wearing glasses, what the hell is that? So it's a conversation starter,
Yeah, it's cool though. It really is. I mean, that's right. Yeah, that's right. That's the 23andMe, Ancestry.com. That's it.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, you guys. He's got the live streams. Now I'm going to do the events that I have that I'm aware of. If you know of an event that's coming up that I'm not fixing to say, please send it to me so I can put it in our lineup so everybody can know about it. We got in no order specifically. Catfish Cataclysm is in Wisconsin, October 8th through the 10th. This one's no longer. This was this weekend. Aquashella Chicago is coming up very soon. I believe in just about 2 weeks. August 14th and 15th. Aquashella Chicago.
Man, I want to be there.
I know I want to be there so bad too, but it just ain't gonna happen.
Yeah. Oh, real quick, to interrupt you, did you see that yesterday? Lisa from KG gave Susie Q $200 super chat to help her get there.
I need one of them. That's awesome, because it's expensive.
Yeah.
I was looking at flights. It ain't cheap.
No, I thought that was very cool.
Very cool.
KG's just both of those guys are very.
They are
guys.
They really are, and I've said this over and over again since I went to Aquashella Dallas. I mean, you cannot judge anybody by just meeting them on YouTube. To meet them in person, they're real people.
Yeah.
And they're awesome.
Yeah.
And I hate it because some people have bad days, especially us that do live stream every day. So you really get to know us. But to meet us in person is so...
It's a different level.
Great. Yeah, it really is. It's one-on-one is just so much different and so much better. But people can really jump to conclusions really fast just watching on YouTube.
Yeah.
But once you meet in person, you're like, this is great. But Aquashella Dallas is also coming up October 30th, 31st. This is Kenny, which I haven't seen this morning. But Kenny's usually in here. He's probably
traveling. They're probably traveling back home.
Maybe. But they've got the Fishtoberfest coming up October 10th is in the Greater Porter Aquarium Society, Portland, Porter. Told you, words are hard for me today. The Greater Portland Aquarium Society Fish Swap is going to be at the Embassy Suites Portland Airport, which is a hotel and thing, October 10th. Our LRB, Alex, with Secret History Living in Your Aquarium, Jason, Redfish, Bluefish, and Dan from Dan's Fish, which is also Get Gills. They're all going to be sponsors. No, they're all going to be speakers, but Jason and Dan are also sponsors.
I thought LRB. Did you say LRB and I missed it?
Yeah, Lucas.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes.
I just missed it. Okay.
Yeah, LRB. Lucas is also a speaker.
Okay.
Then we've got James and Ed's Aquaticon. I believe September 18th.
Sounds right. Yeah.
Okay. In Knoxville, Tennessee. That's going to be fun too, you guys. Bob
Steamfod is going to that, I believe.
Okay, great. That one, Knoxville's a lot closer than Chicago. I could try that one. There's a swap meet in Chattanooga, Tennessee, August 7th. I don't know where. It just says swap meet, Chattanooga, Tennessee. Then we have the 9th International WAC meeting. Doesn't say where at again, but it's September 17th, 18th, and 19th. I'm sure if you type that in, you could find out where the venue is. I guess I need to do that, really. You have the ALA, which is the American Library Association, is October 21st to the 24th in Miami, Florida. You have to have tickets to enter, but I'm sure you can get tickets at the door. I don't see anybody turn anybody down. And I know that's also with Aqua Shelter, you guys. You need to get a ticket prior. However, they're not going to turn anybody down. There's the Keystone Clash in Pennsylvania, Tennessee.
Woo!
Tennessee.
Yeah. Pennsylvania, Tennessee.
Pennsylvania.
I'm going to go to that one.
Right.
There's going to be a lot of people.
26.
A lot of people going to that one. Susie Q, KG Tropicals they're really leaning because they can drive to it and drive home.
Yeah.
Guppy Guru, or not Guppy Guru, Color Guppies, Lori, Monster Fish Gal,
Yes.
Degenerate, Fishymon. I mean, there's just a whole bunch of people are going to be at that one. Sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. And I think we're trying to plan a Saturday night dinner.
Oh, sweet.
So if you do happen to go to Keystone Clash, and you're only going to go for one day, try to make it the Saturday.
Right.
So you can hang out with us at dinner, even if you don't go to dinner, but hang out afterwards.
Right.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you.
No. That's what we need. That's what we need. So that was the Keystone Clash. And the last thing I've got is just there's a guppy show in Muntsburg, Tennessee. I don't have a date for, but that could have already happened. I'm not sure.
Very cool.
And then, of course, the ACA just ended. And the Deep South Guppy Show is July 31st and August 1st.
Now, is that the one they're not letting people in unless you're a member?
Exactly. You have to be an IFGA members only. With the Tennessee Mafia is going to be there as well. But I think I did hear that if you go, you can probably become a member at the door.
Now, I know Ed said that for that one, the one you were just talking about, the Deep South one, if you don't want to join, you don't want to go to the show, I think the Tennessee Fish Mafia is still going to do like a meet and greet type thing somewhere, and maybe just dinner or something and hang out with people. So there'll still be a big group of people there if you don't want to go to the actual show.
Sweet.
Barbara Jackson came in. Hi, Barbara. And Liz. Did we say hi to Liz from Florida Fish Rescue? I don't know if we did.
Miss Zien says that's not completely accurate. Aquashella was holding people at the door and not letting them through in 2019. They hit their fire marshal capacity and stopped letting people get tickets. I mean, that's a little different. I mean, like in Orlando, they had enough room, so they were still letting people get.
Which I think they learned from that. It sounds like they're doing bigger venues now than they did at first. Yeah. They're not doing it at the funeral parlor anymore. Which is what the Chicago one, I guess it was a place to...
Yeah, if they don't hit their, I guess, maximum capacity, they'll still let you buy a ticket.
Yeah.
at the door. That's what they were doing in Aquashella anyway. Orlando. That's why I said that. Yeah. So I think that's all of the dates coming up. I guess don't wait too long to get your Aquashella Dallas tickets in. I don't know where it's going to be either. I would have met. I wonder if it's at the Gaylord in that would be kind of cool because it was in the Gaylord in Orlando.
Yeah.
But the Gaylord here, no, it's not. I don't know. I don't know where it's at. But if it was at the Gaylord here in Dallas, it would be kind of cool too. It's pretty big. I just don't know how big. Yeah, just in case.
Yeah, makes sense. Try and get your tickets before.
Yeah, right.
Just in case, because that would suck, especially for somebody that, traveled there.
If you're not around that area and you're traveling, get your tickets first.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Don't wait till you get to the door. But if you were around there and so we're on the fence about going or not, maybe it's at the Hilton Anatole. Hilton Anatole. Hilton.
The Chicago one, I don't know. I'm sure Dallas is going to be the same way, but there's Diego's going to the Chicago one. My fish tanks is going. I think Terry's not going to go to the event. He's not interested, but I think he was going to try and meet up with people or something if they do something that way. Obviously, KG Tropicals is going to be there.
Primetime Aquatics is going to be there.
Yeah, which they live there, right? Or very close by.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, what is that?
And they're doing all kinds of events for fish tubers too. Like Krigi was talking about going to golf something. Yep. What is it? It's
he said it's
like a driving range type thing.
Yeah.
High golf? Is that Top Golf? High golf?
I don't know. I've never heard of it before.
High golf.
High golf.
Wow, man, what a shot.
Right? I know when we were going from Aquashella, Orlando, from Orlando down to see Mike, that toll road, we actually just got in the mail our tickets. It's like only $5, but still, they send you a picture of your going down the road with your license plate. And Joe gave them all the change that we had and wasn't much. And so it didn't cover everything, so they sent us a ticket. But what I'm getting at is on the way to Mike's on that toll road, off to the right, you see this huge canopy thing. And it says something like flying something. But it's one of those things where they put you in and the air blows you up.
The air suit.
Yes, I wanted to do that so bad.
I'd like to do that too, but I don't know if they have fans big enough to move my ass.
Oh. Yeah, they do.
Hey, Swampy. I was just thinking about you today, man. We haven't been seeing you a lot lately. I know you're very busy there on the homestead, but
that's right.
I hope you're going to start doing your Friday nights again.
A fancy driving range is what Geek Boy said.
I guess there's John described it as it's like gamified somehow, where it's not just a driving range, but there's like a game to it, and it sounds interesting. I don't golf, but it'd just be fun to hang out with people. Yeah,
indoor skydiving. That's what it is. Yeah, I think that would be awesome to do.
Very cool.
I don't want to come out of a plane at all, but going from the ground and just playing, I could do that. But I'm not.
Yeah, my buddy did that one time. He went skydiving for the very first time, and he threw up 7 times. First time on the plane, 5 times on the way down, and he was on somebody. He was, tandem, so he threw up on somebody. And then when he hit the ground in the truck that picked them up, they were riding in the back of a truck. After they picked him up, he threw up another time after he hit the ground. So 7 times he threw up. He didn't do it again, but hey, at least he did it. At least he did it.
Being on the ground and you get something splattered on you, you think it's bird poop or something, that's actually somebody's vomit.
Yeah. Yep. Swampy.
You don't really know.
Swampy, look forward to that surprise.
Yeah, I know. That sounds fun. Oh, no reason to jump out of a perfectly good plane. I agree, Miss N.
Yep.
But my sister did it too, but she did it no problems.
My wife wants to go. I'd go. I mean, I don't know if I could. I have health issues that might stop me, but I would do it. I'd be scared shitless. I'm sorry. I'd be scared crapless the whole time, but I would still try and do it. Gotta conquer those fears.
Man, no, that's not something I can do. Can't do that one.
And we talked about it before. I would wear a dress for charity too.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Yep. Yep. That they do that. I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's homecoming, and it's just a big thing. I mean, it's so funny, and it's for such a good cause. So
Yeah.
for somebody to, I don't know. Men.
Yeah. A lot of us are very.
Just can't get over that ego, I guess.
I don't know what it is, and that's fine.
Right.
I'm not judging anybody.
Exactly.
But I have no F's left to give, so
Right.
I would be fine doing it.
Right. And I know I said I always wanted my dad to be that guy. That one that would do that. He's
Yeah.
not, but I still love him the way he is. But I always thought it would be awesome to have a dad that would do that, those type of things.
Yeah.
But anyway, you guys, we've hit the 2-hour mark, and it has been a lot of fun. 2 hours went by so fast. Again, we do miss Rocko. Hope everything is going to do good. Oh, here Mr. Dennis comes up now. You come up, Dennis.
Yeah, we're just leaving.
No.
Dennis is here. Let's close it down.
Hey, look at, are they eating cabbage?
Yeah.
Is that cabbage or lettuce?
Kale.
Kale.
Oh, it's so pale green today.
Right.
It's probably been in the water for just a little while, enough for them
Been
to.
in there about a week.
Oh,
Really?
okay.
The Pleco love it.
You don't get that white foamy looking stuff?
Oh, the algae type stuff on? No.
Huh.
That's why, like you said, when I run out of cucumbers, I feed them this. All the tanks that have Plecos have those.
Yeah, I put cabbage in for the plecos, and they did eat it up.
Oh,
Real
yeah.
quick, there's a
That's the
couple
snails.
of things in the chat there. Rico is going to go skydiving in a dress for charity, and then he said the donations will be for him to wear something under the dress.
Amen.
And then Jeffrey Watts, so will you wear a dress for Aquashella donations? I need a ticket. Well, I don't think you understand how that works. If I'm wearing a dress, I'm getting the donations. Buddy.
Yeah, right.
It's not going to you. I'm not wearing a dress for you, buddy.
That's right. That's right. I need to see Rico in a muumuu.
Sounds comfortable.
Right?
And Steven said assless chaps. Well, all
Hey.
chaps by their nature are assless.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
are.
That's like
those
hot
are
water
pantyhose.
heater. It's
Like
redundant.
pantyhose.
A hot water heater, it doesn't a thing, because if the water is hot, why would you heat it?
That's
So
right.
it's the same thing.
Yeah,
Assless
so it
chaps.
wouldn't be a cold water heater.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
No, I got sidetracked, and you were all talking. I don't know when you put up the link. I
Yeah.
was upstairs.
Oh.
Oh well.
Oh, well.
That's life.
Always tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. So speaking of Dennis, thanks for coming up. Sorry it was at the end.
Oh well.
Miss Deborah,
Well,
also Miss Dee.
that's me. Always late.
Oh, me too. I am usually, but I can't believe I've been making it on time. We better keep our fingers crossed.
Yeah.
But keep Rocko in your prayers. And Rico, thank you very much.
Anytime.
I really do appreciate the help.
Yep. Anytime I can try and fill in for Rocco, I'm up for it.
Sweet. But we'll talk about the rest of the week.
We'll do.
All right.
See you
You guys.
tomorrow. We know. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. All right, you guys. We love you. We'll see y'all in the
All right.
morning, 9:00 a.m. Central Standard Time.
Take care.